Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, first of all, I will introduce myself. I am Salim Nasir, Assistant Professor in Chemistry at GCT Layya. Students, we are going to start chapter number 6 from the first book of the Chemistry, FSC. You know that chapter is about chemical bonding. Students, that chemical bonding is concerned to the chemical bond. So, first we have to define chemical bond, that what is chemical bond. Chemical bond is defined as the attractive force which holds two or more than two atoms, ions in a molecule is called chemical bond. And this process is called as chemical bonding. After the definition of the chemical bond, now an idea came that how the idea of the chemical bond was originated. The answer is that a scientist named Kossel in 1916 gave his idea that each and every atom tries its best to complete its octet. Octet means 8 electrons in its valence shell, either by gaining electron or by losing electron or by sharing electron. On the base of the idea of the Kossel that the atoms tries its best to complete their octet either by gaining electron or by losing the electron or by sharing the electron, that chemical bond was classified into 3 major types depending upon losing of electron, gaining of electron and sharing of electron. And these 3 types are ionic bond, covalent bond and coordinate covalent bond. Now we will discuss these 3 bonds one by one in detail. So first we will discuss ionic bond, that what is ionic bond. The ionic bond is defined as the bond formed by the complete transfer of electrons from one atom to another atom. That is called as the ionic bond. That by the complete transfer of electron from one atom to another atom. That ionic bond may also be defined as, in another term, that is an electrostatic force of attraction which holds two opposite charges is called as ionic bond. So, in this way, due to the electrostatic force of attraction, that ionic bond may also termed as electrovalent bond. Now, for its explanation, we will explain an example which will clear our concept about the ionic bond. Let's suppose we take the example of the formation of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is consist of the two atoms, that is sodium and chlorine. Sodium atomic number is 11. If we draw the structure of the sodium atom, sodium contains one electron in its valence shell, two electrons in K, 8 electrons in L, and in its valence shell it contains the one electron. Similarly, as far as for chlorine, the atomic number of chlorine is 17, and chlorine has 7 electrons in its valence shell. Now, according to the idea of the Cauchy, that each and every atom tries its best to complete its octet, if we put an eye on the structure of the chlorine, then we say that the chlorine needs one electron to complete its octet, while the sodium requires 7 electrons to complete its octet. Either it is possible the chlorine shifts 7 electrons to the sodium, or it is possible that sodium shifted 1 electron to the chlorine. I think it is better feasibility for the sodium that the sodium will transfer its 1 electron to the chlorine. In this way, the chlorine octet is completed. And similarly, the octet of the sodium is also completed due to the replacement of that shell. For consequences, we take another explanation by the forming the charges, that sodium will lose 1 electron, it will occurs positive 1 charge, and when that electron is picked by the chlorine atom, it will form chloride ion acquiring the negative 1 charge. When these two opposite charges, that is sodium ion and chloride ion, come close each other, then the electrostatic force of attraction appears and they form a neutral molecule of the sodium chloride. Similar is the example of the formation of calcium oxide. You know that calcium has 2 electron in its outermost orbit, that is in the valence shell, and oxygen has 6 electron in its outermost orbit. So these 2 electrons from the calcium are transferred to the oxygen, and the oxygen complete its octet. But by losing these 2 electrons, calcium acquires positive 2 charge and oxygen acquires the negative 2 charge. And when these 2 charges come close each other, then the electrostatic force of attraction appears and calcium oxide is formed. After these 2 examples, now another question arises that which of the element form the ionic bond? So the answer is that those elements which are more electropositive and more electronegative when come close each other, then they form ionic bond. Now another question arises that which of the element is electropositive and which of the element is electronegative? The answer is that the elements of the group first A are more electropositive and the group of second A also more electropositive. The more precisely and commonly we can also say that the metal atom, all the metals or the metal atoms are more electropositive and the non-metals are more electronegative, and these are member of group 6A and group 7A. So we can say that the elements of the group first A and the second A come close each other to the group 6A and 7A, they will also form the ionic bond. Another important thing is that transition metals are also there. Either they also form the ionic bond to the non-metals. The question is that yes, but that area of the study is out of the range of our syllabus. So we will not discuss here about the transition metals in the title of the ionic bond in our syllabus. Now, students, after discussion, I think you have the now complete idea about the ionic bond. Beside this, if you have any problem about that topic, you may ask us on our channel by floating your questions on the channel, and we will reply you for your questions. Thank you very much.